Whoever's tapping into this video right now, whether it's today or months from now or years from now, whoever it is, I feel like you're struggling right now with patience, with trusting that what you've asked for, what you prayed for is actually on the way to you, that it's actually happening. In order to trust, I feel like you have to surrender the idea that everything is depending on you. And when I say you, I mean this physical 3D self here. Everything is not depending on just that aspect. It's not all about what you can do, what you can make happen. Because there are things that are out of your control. There are things in other unseen dimensions and realms that are happening that you might not be able to see, but you have to trust that they're happening in your favor. And I think it's very hard for us to deal with the idea of surrender because it's always associated with like being weak or giving up. But I think it takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage to really surrender the need to strive for something so endlessly to the point that it hurts you, because that's what a lot of us do. A lot of us get burned out trying to force something to happen that we don't see is already being created behind the scenes. Whether you believe in God or the universe or higher self, whoever's tapping into these videos, I know there's something that you believe in that is not just your 3D physical manifestation. There's something that you have a connection to, and you might not even be able to explain it. But every person that's watching this has, at some time, if not a lot, at least one or a couple times, has felt something they should do, or knew something that they didn't know how they knew. But when you felt that feeling that said, you should do this, and you actually did it, what you were asking for, what you were praying for, was actually right there in front of you. And that's intuition. That's something that we all have access to. But it's easy to block it. It's easy to block it by doubting it or thinking you know something that would work better, when this literally just like screamed at you that you should do this, but you're like, nah, I'm gonna go with this other idea because I think that one's gonna work better. And then you find out it doesn't work at all. So now you have to wait for one of those moments again. And when I say wait, I don't mean like, I'm not saying that in order to trust and surrender yourself to what's happening, that you should just sit and do nothing. You can still be intentional. You can still work on what's in your control to do today, as long as it's not, to the extent that you're burning yourself out, and creating more problems for yourself in the future, in the near future. But there's nothing wrong with being intentional. There's nothing wrong with taking steps or even creating a plan. But the thing about trust and surrender is, if one of those moments comes through and tells you this is what you need to do, and it doesn't align with that plan, you have to be ready to surrender that plan and go with this, because this is what your intuition is telling you. Because my intuition has never lied to me. There's plenty of times that I've heard things that I did not listen to, and every time every time I found out the hard way that was something I should have listened to, something I should have took into account. I feel like it's hard to discern sometimes, especially if you're somebody that deals with doubt a lot, with doubting yourself. It's very easy to have one of those moments and get this idea that just pops in your head out of nowhere, and you're like, no, that couldn't be real. That couldn't have come from me. So I'm just, that's too crazy to actually work. I'm just gonna do something else, because I can't believe that. There has to be something else. So it's those moments of doubt where, or maybe even if it's not just that you're going to do something else, you start to analyze that transmission that came through. And you start to poke holes in it and see how it can fail, or what are the worst things that can happen if you were to do this, if you were to listen to this. And once you start poking those holes in it, it's like you're kind of like killing it for yourself in that moment. Now, that doesn't mean it won't come back, maybe in a different way, but you can definitely kill something that was meant to propel you forward by doubting it, by just not trusting. Because I feel like trust is really the opposite of doubt. Whether you're trusting or doubting in yourself, or trusting or doubting whatever source or creator that you believe in. And I feel like those are one and the same. But I think that's a subject for like another video. That's not something I need to get into right now. But I do feel that whoever's watching this that's struggling with patience, just trust that everything that you are doing for yourself right now, everything that you have been doing leading up to this moment, has brought you here. And that everything that you are doing right now is taking you to where you are intending to go. So, like I said, don't kill yourself trying to do everything today or meet this deadline that you got in your head. Just trust that there's things being created and worked on right now that you can't see. And whenever it is time for you to see, there's going to be one of those moments where it's just going to come out of nowhere and it's going to pop in your head and it's going to tell you to do something. And it's up to you whether you are able to actually push yourself forward in that moment, or if you hesitate and poke holes into it. But I want you to trust that your higher self will do exactly what you want to do whenever the time comes, that it's going to happen. So I believe it's going to happen for you. I don't think that I would be having the strong having the strong urge to record this if it wasn't going to happen for you, if there wasn't a reason for this. So just try to not think of surrendering as losing or giving up, because it's definitely not that. It's just allowing what is out of your control to manifest itself. I mean, you're setting the intention for it to manifest, so you have to allow it time, because you don't, as much as we like to think we know, we don't know how long it takes for these things to happen that we ask for. And it's never really the same for anyone. I feel like all of our journeys are unique to whatever purpose that we feel we're here for. So you have to trust that purpose that you have, that feeling that you've always had since you were a kid, or maybe it started later in your life, but there's a strong feeling that you feel you're here to do something specific. And you have to trust that you are going to do it. Be intentional and take steps. Just don't force. Patience is key. I know people say that all the time, and it sounds good, but in the world of today, instant gratification is what feels good. So I think that's what we're always more inclined to do, to search for something instant that can happen right now, or that we can make happen right now. But those delayed gratifications, those things that you really have to wait for and believe in, that's so much better than any of those things that you can get instantly. Because those instant things, I feel like, always come at a price. It always comes with something that is to your detriment, even if it feels good right now. So yeah, I feel like that's the main message I want to get across today. Just trust and surrender to your highest self, your source, your God, and whoever you believe in, the universe, whatever you believe in. You have to trust that it's working in your favor, because it is. And what you ask for, what you pray for, is coming to you. It's coming into this world, this 3D world. But you can't put everything on your 3D self to create it. You are powerful. You are very powerful. But that's not how this works. You have to trust the process. So, I love you. These words come directly from my heart, and I hope they reach your heart.